I'm Kronicz, and this is Kristol from the Most Extreme Wrestling. This is our Raw review for the 4th of July, 2011, which apparently, oh yeah, check this out. Got this little video playing right here of all these fireworks. Can you see it? It's like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Was there? Oh yeah, you had a prediction in the Raw preview that there would be fireworks. Was there fireworks?
Actually, no.
Yeah, well there's fireworks right here.
So I was still right.
Yeah, I guess you were. We had a little bit of trouble finding the Raw.
We did.
Because
they had to get everybody all messed up and pre-record this stupid show.
Yeah, I don't know if it leaked out and then people were showing it like on the thing.
Before, because like,
we tuned in and we were like in the middle of the show.
Yeah, and then like in another part we were in the middle of the show, but on a different part of the middle of the show. And then finally we found the right spot. But it was really confusing there at first.
Yeah, due to the lack of us not having cable, we always watch it on the internet.
So I was like trying to call people that had cable and be like, dude, where are we supposed to be at?
We finally found it.
So here we are giving our review, even though you could just go read the spoilers and you might have already have, but that was
but we didn't.
awesome.
We didn't do that because we didn't want everything to be spoiled.
Yeah,
so the first
we like to be entertained by the show and not the words on the page.
Yeah.
Even though I do like words on the page. But
yeah, well. Alright, Cena is out there in the ring. Isn't that the first thing that we see?
Yes, that Cena is talking about CM Punk. He's getting all 4th of July-ish.
Getting that patriotism.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, because, in America, it's the 4th of July, and America's got to say, man, I really am, in your First Amendment, you get the freedom of speech, and I'm all patriotic, and I got my flag out just for today because I really love America, yeah! And that's what John Cena was doing.
That's how we get on the 4th of July.
Yeah, no.
Some of us.
We don't.
We just went swimming.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, so then he says that he's going to have this talk with Vince McMahon, which that makes me say, Vince McMahon!
I know, Vince McMahon.
Because, man, I love Vince. Like, despite everything, I still love Vince.
Vince...
He is just too cool.
Vince is great. Is that the end of that segment?
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then...
Go ahead.
We get this little piece of information that last year WWE actually got to the an arena that was made in the 1st century AD, and that was pretty awesome.
It was pretty cool. It was a cool little fun fact, which we actually learned another little fun fact later. So we got like double educated tonight.
Yeah,
on Raw.
We'll have to remember that. We get to see our first match of the night. Hooray! It's Kelly, the Divas champion, and Eve versus the Bella Twins.
So okay. What exactly is your problem with Kelly, besides the fact that she stole your finisher?
She stole my finisher. She stole my hair.
But I mean, it seems like it goes beyond that.
It does go beyond that, because she tries to dress and act like that she is like as hot as Tori Wilson. She does Trish Stratus's moves. She acts like she's a better diva, or on the same level as Trish Stratus, which she is not. Like, even Eve Torres is better than her. Better on the mic. Better in the ring. And like all these other divas like Beth Phoenix and
Natalya. Natalya's my favorite diva.
Can she not be Divas champion? It's ridiculous.
Obviously not.
We got Kelly, a girl that apparently, according to all the wrestlers, slept her way to the top. And that puts so many negative points in my book. I mean, she stole my finisher, she stole my hair, just everything about her, and she's a slut. Well, that's stupid. Anyways, they have their little match, and of course, everyone else in the match carries the match. And then there comes Kelly to do the hooked on Kronicz move and get the pinfall. Bull crap. We get to see Andy and his little silent rage. They're doing like a promo for him. They're really building him up every week. They're showing it over and over.
Well, they're not showing the same thing over and over. It's
well, I mean, they're giving him segments.
I think that's kind of cool, though. I mean, they might as well commit to him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I still just silent rage. I don't get it.
I don't know. I think it's all right.
Yeah, and most people have told me and commented and said that silent rage is a good gimmick, and I'm just
I think so too, but I don't know. You're just really against it.
I don't know. Just everybody uses their real names now, and it's like when I see somebody who's on silent rage, I'm like, it's so past sounding.
People don't use their real names. The Miz, that's his name.
But his last name's The Miz. But like Alex Riley and John Cena, they're like names. They're not like names like that.
I don't know.
Alright, so what do we got our truth doing?
Oh yeah, our truth. We catch him backstage. He's on the telephone. And he's talking to Flo about getting a discount because he's a good driver and a homeowner. And he's really talking to Flo.
Flo is hot.
And then the reporter guy comes in and is like, what's going on, R-Truth? And he's like, I saved 15% by switching to Geico. Wrong! Flo is from Progressive. And I don't know, maybe they did it on purpose because he's supposed to be crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was still like, whoa.
He bumps into...
And it was just, to me, a testament to advertising that they use not one, but two car insurance commercials. It's something everyone would catch, but I just went through it.
Well, that's true.
It was interesting.
Bumps into Del Rio. They talk about how they're going to have...
Blah, blah, blah. It's my destiny. Blah, 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 blah.
They're going to have their triple threat match.
To decide... Sorry.
With Rey Mysterio.
Right. To decide who's going to take CM Punk's spot.
Yeah, in the Money in the Bank pay-per-view match for the championship, which John Cena happens to hold. Ooh. Now we get to see another match with the new Nexus. Michael McEllicuddy and David Otunga versus Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov. Okay.
So, we do have a cool spot. Vladimir does a double suplex. That's pretty cool.
That was your cool spot?
I thought it was a pretty cool spot. In that match, it was a cool spot. And then he did the Cobra.
Well, Michael McGillicuddy got in with the win.
Yeah. Nexus dude.
Nexus dude?
I'm sorry, I can't remember any of their names. They're just like generic Nexus dude 1, and generic Nexus dude 2, and generic Nexus
Are you telling me they look the same?
And generic Nexus dude 3, and then New Batista.
New Batista is injured.
I know. But that's how I remember them all. And no, I'm not saying they look exactly the same. They're just so...
Because Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga look a little bit different.
We discussed that while it was there. I'm just saying, they're all the same.
But after the match, we get a woo, 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 you know it.
Yeah.
And it was
Zack Ryder, and that was it.
It was totally random.
Woo, 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 you know it, and then he was gone.
So random.
But hey, he got some airtime. That's pretty cool. And he was doing more than this. He's gone up in the world.
Yeah. Alright, so The Miz has an interview about Alex Riley where he looks like he's about to cry and stuff. And
yeah, it's real sad.
Yeah.
And before that, we had the Money in the Bank promo, which I mentioned.
We actually got that a lot of those.
I know, but this is the one that I wrote down.
The first one, yeah.
I just mentioned that I kind of think Kofi might win Money in the Bank.
He is like kind of on a winning streak.
You know, he's on a winning streak. He's moving up. He got moved to Raw.
Yeah, transferred to Raw.
So we're gonna have an official like Money in the Bank prediction video.
Probably like in a week or so.
There's your plug. And in that video we'll explain further, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there. It's a teaser.
I mean, that is a pretty good prediction. You'll have to explain yourself.
I will.
Okay.
I'll make my points crystal clear. Hey.
Okay, Evan Bourne and Sergeant Slaughter and Jack Swagger are backstage.
Actually, first it's just Evan Bourne and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Talking about how great they are.
Yeah, and it's America. And, you know, Airborne, Sergeant Slaughter, it's like branches of the military or something. You know, military gets special nods when it's 4th of July and it's all about America.
They should.
And,
we should honor the military. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, you know when you see Sergeant Slaughter that he's probably going to have a match with somebody, which I was thinking, holy crap, dude, you were old. But he does look good. He has lost a lot of weight and he's kept it off.
What?
He has, fat. Yeah, but like in 2001 when he did the Gimmick Battle Royal at WrestleMania 17, he looked like a lard ass. And like a couple, like 2 or 3 years ago, he lost a lot of weight and he looks a lot better. He looks a lot healthier. And he shaved his head so he doesn't have the weird hair thingy.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just too old.
Evan Bourne, Sergeant Slaughter and Jack Swagger have their match because it's like real American versus the real American.
Because Jack Swagger came in and was like, ugh. And actually before that, we pointed out that you see the stock footage of Vince McMahon's plan coming in.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
But anyways, moving on to the extra special match, was so lame. It's like Jack Swagger, who I don't really like, versus Sergeant Slaughter, who I guess he's before my time, so I'm not a huge fan.
He was around before you were born.
Yeah. And then Jack Swagger wins in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, beats him, does the post-match beatdown.
Sergeant Slaughter was trying to run across the ring, and I'm really sorry, because I know he was probably good back in the day, but he kind of runs like a duck now, because I think he's like so old, it was just sad.
This is weird, because Jack Swagger being in that match kind of puts him over, don't you think? Because that gives WWE the opportunity in the future of showing a video package of how destructive Jack Swagger is, and you get to throw in there a legend, and he's beating him up.
I guess, but I don't think it counts when your legend like clearly has bad knees.
But it doesn't matter.
Years old.
It doesn't matter because the clip is going to be like that, and all you're going to see is, oh, he beat a legend, he beat another legend. That's just something for the future. They're probably not even planning on doing anything with them soon, unless he wins Money in the Bank. But you know,
I know,
whatever.
but I'm just saying, I don't think that counts. But anyway.
Evan Bourne has to come out and save him. But as soon as we hear this music, like, I swear for some weird reason... No, first. I thought it was like the Ultimate Warriors music, like, amped, like, to today's standards, like they did with Bret Hart's theme song. And I was like, I was freaking out. But then I realized it wasn't. It was like this hair metal sounding stuff.
I love Evan Bourne's entrance music because I love hair metal.
What's your favorite hair metal band?
Quiet Riot. Or Poison. Poison's less talented.
The Wild and the Young!
That's Quiet Riot.
How can you love
Poison
hair metal?
Dr.
Well, I know what Poison is.
Well, you're obviously not.
You sing Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Yeah, but that's kind of lame.
You and your hair bands. But anyways, I don't even know what I was talking about. Evan Bourne comes in there and saves the day.
He does.
And that's pretty much it.
Then Sergeant Slaughter leads in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh yeah, that was real special.
Which it was the fastest and most like unspecial Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, it really
ever.
was. And plus,
it wasn't like let's all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, he just said
Let's say it. He just started talking, and then nobody else really kicked in till like the last few words.
They probably didn't know the words.
No, they know the words. They didn't have time to stand up and think and react and get their hand over their heart.
And because it wasn't the 4th of July when this was recorded, so they're all like...
That's also true. So like, why are you saying the pledge right now?
Yeah, I thought we only do that on the 4th. Okay, now we get to see Ray versus The Truth versus Del Rio. And it's always special when you got Ray in there because he's the super face, and when you got Truth and Del Rio because they're the super heels.
And this is incoming of our other fun fact that we learned from Michael Cole.
Oh, yeah.
And I know, maybe everybody else knew this.
I didn't.
We didn't know that Rey Mysterio, his name is not Ray. Like, I was thinking his name was Ray. But apparently Ray...
Why would you not think that?
I know, apparently Ray means king in Spanish, so he's the king of mysteries. And another fun fact... his real name is Oscar.
He should have went with that. Oscar the Mysterio.
The Oscar Mayer Wiener. That would be great.
Yeah, because he is pretty short. But the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is pretty large. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we get... Oh, this triple threat match. Sometimes these triple threat match more seem like a 2-on-1 match because you got like 2 heels and 1 face. And the way they did it, like one guy would get knocked out and then you'd only have 2 guys fighting and there would be only 2 guys fighting.
They did it pretty well.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Money in the Bank because it ends up being the same thing. Everyone falls down tumbling to the ground and you got 2 guys fighting. But whatever. Del Rio wins, which confuses me because I'm like, Del Rio is going to be in the main event again. We're going to have to see how this night turns out to see if this is going to go anywhere, I think.
Yep. So then we have this segment where you have Dolph Ziggler and Vicky in the middle of the ring, and Vicky has prepared this 4th of July celebration for Dolph because he is the United States champion, and this is the United States birthday. So I thought it all connected kind of good, actually. I was like, all right, makes the title a little more meaningful,
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this is cool.
He's talking about it.
Got a nice little cake out there.
Building it up.
So then here comes Kofi, and he comes out, and he's like, why didn't you invite me to the party? Dolph's like, because you suck, basically. And Kofi's like, screw you, Dolph. And then Dolph runs into Vicky. There's a domino effect, and Vicky's butt ends up in the cake. And everybody thought this was really funny, and everybody was laughing. And I don't really like Vicky Guerrero or Dolph, as we already know, any more than the next guy. But I thought this segment kind of made Kofi look like an ass.
How did it make him look like an ass? Dolph is a heel and...
I mean, I know, but just because you don't like people doesn't mean they don't deserve, celebrations and stuff.
And then there was woman abuse.
Because, I mean, yeah, and I mean, I don't know, it's just the way that it was presented. It was like Vicky was trying to do something nice for her man, and then here comes Kofi, like, raining on her parade and saying that Dolph, like, was totally just sucked and didn't deserve the championship at all.
Yeah, I mean, now that you say that, it makes the segment feel like it was kind of thrown together in, like, 1 second.
Yeah, and then it was like, you know, I mean, obviously Vicky didn't make the cake, duh, but it was kind of presented like she might have made the cake or something, you know what I mean?
What are you trying to say, that this isn't a real storyline?
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm just saying, you know, if it was a real storyline, Kofi would be an ass.
Man, that's true. Alex Riley versus The Miz as this storyline continues. Don't you just have to love Alex Riley? I mean, you gotta love The Miz more, because The Miz made Alex Riley by putting him over. Because The Miz is so awesome. But they gotta show how bad The Miz is, because everyone still is cheering him and stuff. They gotta show you that he's a heel.
This great promo. It was really effective and, like, really good. And it also explained to me why Alex Riley became so popular so fast. Because you got Alex Riley, it's like showing pictures of him as a kid, and he's like, oh, I always dreamed of becoming a superstar because I knew they were special, and I wanted to be special. And then it shows The Miz, like, calling him an idiot, and, like, smacking him around, and telling him he's stupid, and, like, being verbally abusive, right? So I'm thinking, because this, to me, this is why he became so popular, because number one, everybody can relate to this. Who has not felt squished by somebody that you just wanted to, like, rise up against and kick their ass, right? Like, grade school people all the way up to adults. And then, like, when you get to adults, you have this whole nother level. Because I would venture to say that a lot, if not most of adults, you get to that point in your life where you realize that all your little childhood dreams were crap and they're never coming true. And so, like, you realize that. And so it's like this whole new thing. Like, what if you could, like, overcome that and your childhood dreams could come true because you annihilated the people that were holding you down? And so that's why I think he became so popular so fast.
That is good, and that is a good thing to cash in on.
Yes. So I thought it was very well done because, as I've mentioned, I was not kind of Alex Riley, but really this promo really put me towards Alex Riley. Even though my main problem still is that when they get in the ring together, I can't tell them apart.
That's bad. Actually,
that's my problem, because like when they had their match, and then when one of them won, I was like, who won? And he had to tell me, because I couldn't tell them apart. I mean, this is a legitimate problem that I have here.
Alright, I have to change the battery in the camera.
You go do that then.
I will. And I'll be instantly back.
And we're back.
Just like I said, we'd be instantly back. I would not lie.
Oh, but anyways, so continuing with the Alex Riley and The Miz match. Alex Riley wins after Kronicz explained to me who was who. And
Alex Riley's so much bigger than The Miz.
I'm sorry, they look the same. One of them needs long hair, or one of them needs, like, fluorescent green tights or something. I need something to help me. But anyways.
I mean, they do kind of have the same haircut.
Yeah. And, because, like, once you get, like, two guys, like, rolling around, it's hard to tell unless they're wearing, like, distinctive clothing, have a distinctive hairstyle, or a different color. But anyways, so Alex Riley wins. The Miz then goes. This is like an emotional moment because The Miz like beating the crap out of Alex Riley, but he looks like
I made you.
But he looks like he's about to cry. Like it was a great sell. Because Miz like had tears in his eyes, and he's like, "Made you, man! Why are you doing this to me?"
It was like he was frustrated at his child, and he wanted to kill it.
Yeah, and then Alex Riley was like crying on the ground. Like it was great. It was a good match. And so then, before we get into the most dramatic part of the night, where Vince comes and has a talk with Cena.
Hold on. There was something weird in the ring. You look right after that segment, and under the second turnbuckle,
I didn't see
closest to TV side, towards the announce table, there was a little camera or something. It looked like a camera. I don't know what that was about. I've never seen that. Maybe they've used that in shots and stuff. I've totally never ever seen it. I don't know what that was about.
Well, wouldn't they have to have one there when the people's heads like come in?
No, they get on the apron with the camera and they hold it there. But anyways, get into your dramatic thing.
Oh no, I said before the dramatic thing. I want to mention this really cool sign that was in the crowd. Because all it was like, it was yellow, and it was a big happy face on one side and a big frowny face on the other side. and it was right on TV side where you could see it on TV all the time, and it's like happy face, frowny face, happy face.
Cena was saying stuff that
face.
people liked. It's like happy face, and then they didn't like it.
It's like frowny face. Like it was a really good, like simple, ingenious, easily visible sign, like another sign I know that was made.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah.
But yeah. So I just want to say that now we get into the dramatic stuff. You go, Kronicz.
Vince McMahon appears.
It's Kennedy McMahon.
He comes out with his old, decrepit-looking self.
I don't think he looks that old and decrepit.
He looks like old grandpas to me.
Not as bad as Sergeant Slaughter.
And he's talking about...
Here, why don't we move the cat out of your face? There we go.
He's talking about how I had to suspend...
No, he says, I suspended Punk because he deserved it.
Yeah, because he wanted to go second class. First class. Why did I put second? First class. He wanted the limos.
He wanted his face on stuff.
He wanted to be in DVDs. He wanted
a bunch of stuff he did not deserve.
Yeah, because he sucks and he doesn't draw any money.
And then you got all the crowd going like, boo. And then Vince is like, you people know better than that. And I thought that was a good line. Because really, we know better than that. Come on, guys.
Right, yeah. No, CM Punk, he's better than Cena. He draws more money than Cena.
Yeah. Anyways. So then Cena comes, then Vince is like, well, that's all I gotta say. And we're like, come on, you know that's not the end.
Yeah, and then you got John Cena come out. Oh my god.
And they start having this battle. Cena starts getting all sad and, just talking to Vince. You gotta give me a better thing and nah. And Cena's like, well, you just kicked him to the curb. And this is where the epic line comes in. Because Vince says, I didn't kick him to the curb. He kicked himself to the curb.
Who was right about the Chicago Screwjob storyline? Kronicz. Exactly.
It was a beautiful song.
I'm telling you.
But, what did that sound like? What famous line did that sound like?
Brett screwed Brett. And you notice how when he starts talking, Vince McMahon starts talking about all the other people who got screwed themselves, like Hogan and some other people, they didn't mention Brett because they don't want your mind to think about Brett.
Even though our minds totally did think about Brett.
Ours did.
Especially when he was making it a little obvious. Vince is like, I don't want to take a chance with Punk leaving with the belt. I've been through this before. Dun, dun, dun.
I was so right.
I know.
I was so right.
I looked at Kronicz and said, man, you were right.
Man. Because, alright. But, what is the deal? You got Cena, who is appearing to be like a heel, but CM Punk is the heel, but people actually like him, so he's really the face.
So it's like Punk made a face turn, instantly. Vince has now made a heel turn.
Yeah, because Vince was like a good guy.
There's been a lot of turns, so it's like Punk turned face, Vince turned heel, and Cena is really ambivalent right now.
What I don't get about Vince McMahon is that, this was a good segment, but it wasn't as good as it could have been years ago, and not because it was a different era. It was because Vince McMahon doesn't have, that fire in him,
Yeah. Well, I was going to say we should finish it before we critique it.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
But...
Because that is the point. Because then Cena starts, basically. And then Vince says, don't piss me off, Cena.
And he's like...
This is my company.
Yeah, company. And he called the fans stupid or something to get the cheap heat.
Yeah, cheap heat. That's what I don't like cheap heat.
Cena's
Cena starts to boohoo and cry. Lots of men crying on Raw tonight. I just want to point that out.
Damn it, Vince. I love this company, but if you're not going to let us have our First Amendment rights because it's America.
No, it wasn't that bad. Come on. He's like, Vince. He's like, I just, I know it's your company, but I try to work hard for you, and I bust my ass for you, and I just, the tears were in his eyes, because he just couldn't believe that this was being done by this company that he loved so much, and he gets sad, and he hands Vince the belt, and he storms off, and now it looks like Vince is about to cry, and Cena's about to cry, and there's all this emotion. This is a really good segment. This is all this emotion, and then Vince is like, no, Cena, no, stop. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so then, Vince goes to Cena, and he's like, alright, you got your match. And Cena's like,
Vince
is like, wipe that damn smile off your face.
But we got the match.
But because it's a you're fired match.
In Money in the Bank, yeah, because if CM Punk walks out, then Cena is fired.
Right, no, if CM Punk walks out with a belt,
yeah,
Cena is fired.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Well, you said walks out.
Well, whatever.
It's gonna walk out no matter what
about Del Rio? He just won that match
Yeah,
earlier.
it didn't explain what was going to happen with that.
I guess that's why you're supposed to watch next week.
Yes, so.
But they are setting this up so perfectly. So you might be asking yourself, how is this exactly going to go? My first thoughts would be, you got the whole same setup from the Montreal Screwjob, and, you know, Cena gets Punk in his STFU, and then they do the whole thing over again, ringing the bell, and then, you know, Cena will be all like, what? And then he'll be like, oh, ha, ha, let's shake hands, and we're pals, and now I'm heel, and let's go to WrestleMania and face The Rock as heel Cena, and, you know, face Rock, but, you know, it's kind of hard for me to believe that Cena would actually stay heel for that long.
That seems too simple to do.
But
what I think they're going to do is blow this great storyline, like, straight up in the air and do nothing with it.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. But we'll see.
I think that this storyline tonight could have been better. It could have gone on longer.
Yeah.
They could have cut tape with Cena walking out. I mean, I don't know if that would have been the best choice.
And the way everything was delivered, I don't think was as solid. Because, like I say, Vince McMahon just, he wasn't getting as mad as he does. He was just kind of talking.
Well,
and
I mean, I do agree with you. It's hard to get mad at Grandpa. Because, I mean, he's Grandpa.
He looks like Grandpa's.
But, I don't know.
He just isn't acting like the heel that he once was, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, it ends like this, and obviously we're going to have our Money in the Bank predictions, because we have to really think about this, because this is just our first thoughts. And they got a couple other weeks, and, I mean, like 2 weeks ago, none of this ever existed. Like a month and a half ago, maybe just a month ago, the top heel in the company wasn't Truth, it wasn't Cena, it wasn't Punk, it was Michael Cole. So things change like on a dime.
It's true.
And like this storyline could disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, it could literally disappear before Money in the Bank, the way things could happen. But hopefully it'll be awesome. Hopefully it'll be the Chicago Screwjob, and I'll be the first guy who ever said that's what it would be. And I could be completely wrong. But we will see. And we will see you next week.
And happy 4th of July.
Yeah.